5 to weekend, and I'm sure most of you can't wait to wrap up the weekend and just start jamming. Here at TCB, we hope that it's been a productive week for you. Welcome to the show. Hi, my name is Moremi Mukobe, and with me, a lovely lady once again.
Yeah, that is Queen T Tuso Ramakele is my name. And of course, we do hope that you had a super great week with us right here on TCB at Tshwane TV. That is 262. How are you, Muki?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
I am super good. It's a beautiful Thursday, I must say.
Ah, what a breather.
I'm telling you, hey? And as you said, of course, we'll be right back right after this. You're still tuned in to the Capital Breakfast Show right here on Tshwane TV. So, Muki, what are we talking about today?
Well, we are going to be looking at quite interesting stuff today on Technoblog. We are going to be looking at the latest smartphones and tablets that are made right here in South Africa. And on the social sphere, we're going to be asking people what exactly is it that they look for in a phone? What makes a phone for them? And we're also going to be looking at African culture, interesting stuff. The Yoruba people that are living in America as Native Americans. We're going to learn a little bit about that.
Wow. And that's not all. We'll also be looking at the encounter with an African artist. And a bit later on, we'll also be looking at welfare. And we do have the quickie with the champ.
All right, let's get to it. Kickstarting the show today, we're looking at Technoblog, locally manufactured smartphones and tablets by Fibertronics. And we're celebrating proudly South African products. Take a look at this.
Hi, I'm Thabo Lehlokwe, the founder and chairman of CMA Telecoms. I'm here to be talking to you about these new devices that we'll be launching. This will be the first smartphone and tablet to be produced in South Africa, and to my understanding in Africa as well. I will start first by talking about this cell phone and just be able to show you a couple of things. As I said, you know, this screen is a 5-inch screen phone, and I'll go through at a later point just to be able to show you a couple of things that you can do with this phone. Of course, you can talk with this, but if you go there, you can see, obviously, you can, I mean, let's start at the bottom. In fact, you can see there's all these icons there. If I go there, this will be there. So normally, these settings are not, normally these lights that show you know, whether this the settings light, this is the home button, and this is the going back button. So under normal circumstances, you don't quite see it, it's not there, unlike some phones where you can see it when it's off, but you kind of know that it's there. So we built it into the screen. So if I want to see what are the, I want to configure this phone to do whatever I want to do. So I press on my left hand side, immediately this thing comes up. And you can see I've got the different wallpapers that I can do. I can how to manage the apps or my system settings. So if I go to my system settings, I can see if I want to connect Wi-Fi. Okay, so I wanted to connect Bluetooth. At the moment already you can see I've got Bluetooth which is already connected to my car. So if I go into my car, it immediately picks it up, the phone. If you call me and I'm in my car, after it's set up, then immediately the phone call will go onto the car speakers. I don't have to, so it's hands-free already. Yeah. So immediately, and I mean, you are getting that kind of functionality with this sort of price. So if I go back, and you can see how quickly this thing can go. You've got the Wi-Fi as well. If let's just turn on the Wi-Fi. Immediately, it will tell you that there's Wi-Fi available. So if I go down there, if I scroll down, and then I just press there, then it shows me exactly which are the Wi-Fis that are in range that you can pick up. And then you can see it's already still picking up some of them, and then it will take which you can already go in. So the Wi-Fi radio of this is very powerful, and it's pretty fast as well. Now, the other thing in terms of this phone is, you can see if I'm going back now, if I go to the front screen, if I sort of just scroll down there, okay, and then right at the corner there, oh, by the way, you can see there's the BBM app, and I'm already connected. So if I'm a BBM person, I can use BBM and be able to do whatever I do normally with BBM. And then if I press that thing at the bottom there, it's got all sorts of things here, the different types of modes, and the battery life, Bluetooth. And you can see I've got 64% of battery life here. And this battery really lasts at least 2 days of normal use. You know, if it's very, let's say you're a heavy user, it'll definitely, you'll take a full day without needing to charge this device. The battery is very stable and it lasts very long. And then of course the other thing which is quite interesting here is this thing here, which is called data connection. Because this phone, by the way, this phone has got a dual SIM card. It's got a dual SIM, but we can also have the same phone with a single SIM if you want. We do have one on a single SIM. These phones have been tested at Vodacom at the moment, very strict lab tests, and they passed with flying colors. We also have a CASA certification, so they are ready to be launched. So, so if I press that, for example, if I press that, you can see it says data connection. So it's asking me, do I want to use Vodacom as my data connection, or I want to use MTN, or I want to use Wi-Fi? So I can choose depending on which data bundle, for example, is good for data. I can say I want to use ATA. If I plug in ATA there, I use ATA for my data, and then I use Vodacom for my calls if I want. Or I can just have, you know, different combinations of these guys. The only challenge would be where the same company roam or one company roams on another's network, because those ones don't work quite well, because the radio will be constantly searching for which radio. But so it has to be on two different networks, then it works quite nicely. But you can have the same network whereby you just choose one SIM for voice and another SIM for data, purely because you want more data, so you buy a data bundle, right? Okay. Right. So, and of course, if you have this auto rotate, it actually, you can also change and see how much. Okay, I've got the Wi-Fi on there, so if I just tap it, the Wi-Fi is off. So you don't have to do very much. It's it's as simple as that. Okay. Now, if let's say for example, I do that, I've chosen Vodacom here. So if I want MTN, so suddenly the color changes. If it changes like that, it shows that MTN now is the one that is my data connection. At the moment, I have been using that one, so I'll leave it at that. Now, remember, this device is going to be made in South Africa. Okay, so now if we go back to this, now let's, okay, the other thing that you must aware that you've got Google Play, and on Google Play you've got access to all Google Play applications that are there. So any application that you want that is on Google Play, you will have access to it, and you decide whether you want to buy it or not. Same thing with Facebook, LinkedIn, emails. If I go, I mean, you'll just see that this is my normal emails, that I've got. There's thousands of them here, which you can want. If I go, for example, there and in any of these home buttons, I go there and this is my contacts. There'll be lots. I mean, there's all sorts of contacts, according to the, and of course, if your contacts have got pictures on them, they will automatically show on here. And if your contacts as well have got other, are on social sites, and whether it's Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, and those contacts, they are on this, those pictures that they have on those websites will automatically show on this particular thing as well. Right, you see I've got WhatsApp here, I've got Twitter, I've got Viber, you know, so you can get all sorts of applications that you want. You can see there's a whole lot of others as well here. Now, you had indicated that I need to show you some pictures. Okay. I've got a couple of pictures, some which I took and some which came up with a video, and also there's a video that I can show you the kind of quality of video that you can have with this device if you have it. So let's just press that. Okay, so I'll have you, you know, and this is now, it's in the full view. If I press, yeah. Yeah. And we can see okay. So you can see different, so I can get the different types of, you know, I can get the volume down, but you can see the if you give me a good quality video to play on this thing, it shows you will be a playback of a video that maybe is on YouTube or wherever, or on television. As long as you've taken the proper video, the quality of the input will be the output that will go out. Similarly, if I have to take my own video and I play it and I use the camera, it will give me the same good quality of the video as would be that you get from a 5 megapixel camera. Okay, I can turn.
Quite interesting stuff. Locally manufactured high-end phone, competing with, you know, other smartphones which I'm not allowed to mention because, well, we're not advertising them.
Exactly.
But it's awesome. I mean, this is a product that's going to cost you even less than what you would pay for anything that's international brand.
Wow.
You know. So, hey, how about that?
You know what I love more about it? It's made right here in Mzansi.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what do you love mostly about your phone?
Well, I mean, it has to have good resolution,
Okay.
it has to have a good camera, and it has to be running on Android so I can do anything about my phone.
Okay, running on Android, camera and all that.
Yeah.
You know, so let's hear what people out there had to say about their phones. We'll be right back. On our social sphere segment today, we are talking to people right here in the streets and of course asking them the importance of their phones. Is their phones a necessity or a luxury? Stay tuned. All right, it looks like we have somebody out here, and of course, like I said, we are going to be asking her, is her phone a necessity or a luxury? Hello, sister.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm okay.
I'm good. I just want you to know, do you have a mobile phone?
Yes.
I told you. Okay, so tell us, is your mobile phone a necessity or a luxury?
For me, it's a necessity because it's something that I'm always carrying, you know. I use it for my research, I store my document on it, I use it for call to access my email, you know. It's something that I use almost every minute, so it's a necessity for me.
All right, okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, pleasure.
Yeah. Looks like we have somebody in the back today and we are going to be asking him about his mobile phone. Come closer, come closer, come closer, sir. How are you?
Really tired.
Yeah, I can see that. Are you good?
I'm alright, thank you. Yourself?
Super good. I just want to know, do you have a mobile phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and is your phone a necessity or a luxury?
A luxury, definitely.
A luxury. Why do you say that?
Because it costs 10 grand and that's just a waste of money.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. And yeah, we have Barbara here. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Yourself?
I'm very good. Do you have a mobile phone?
I do have, yes. Gone are the days when, you know, you used to say something like, oh, isn't the weather lovely? And you can see how I'm feeling about it. It's like bing, 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 bing.
Tell me, is your mobile phone a luxury or necessity?
A necessity.
Okay, and why do you say that?
Because I hardly ever use it for luxuries and, you know, non-essentials.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, at this point, we just post on Facebook, on Twitter about the weather. And that.
Exactly. No, let's communicate. Huh? That way I can find out how you feel. You can feel what I feel. Then it's much better.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Okay.
Thank you. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm super good. Do you have a mobile phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I see that. So tell us, is your mobile phone a necessity or a luxury?
It's a necessity
Okay, and why do you say that?
because it has everything that I need. It has internet. I get to chat with my friends even though I don't have airtime, but I have data. And it's much lesser when you chat than when you're making a call. And I can apply for jobs. I can receive emails. So yeah, it's a necessity for me. So I don't have to go to the nearest internet cafe to check my emails, to apply for jobs, or to just keep myself updated with the latest news. So I have News 24, I have the Bible, I have almost everything that I need. So hence it's a necessity. That's why I say it's a necessity for me.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Do you have a mobile phone?
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell me, is your mobile phone a necessity or a luxury?
It is a necessity
Okay, then why do you say it's a necessity?
because in this day and age you have to have your phone on you to be in touch with what's happening in the world at the moment. Yeah.
To be on the internet, on Facebook, and all that.
Yes, to be in touch.
Okay, so you're actually telling me that you're also on the social network?
Yes. Okay.
No, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very good. Do you have a mobile phone?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so tell me, is your mobile phone a necessity or a luxury?
Mine is a necessity
Okay, so why do you say that?
because I only use my phone for calls and messages. I'm not a big fan of all those fancy things on the phones. That's it.
And camera as well.
Yes, and camera. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It's quite interesting to see actually that people love their phones so much, and it's very important as well to take good care of your cell phones. So moving on right along, when we're talking about culture, tradition,
Yeah.
what exactly are we talking about?
Well, that's featured on our next insert. We're taking a look at African culture, the Yoruba people that are now living in America, and they're still holding on to their culture and their tradition as if they're here, the motherland.
Wow.
Yeah. So take a look at this and just learn. It's not a culture shock or anything, but it's quite interesting. Take a look at that.
rárá wọn àwa àdè ẹ̀dọ́gbògbòdó ogun labalábá kan ní ẹ̀ta ní ìwàdé o láti ìkí ọba ní èkí ní.
South Carolina here? Yes, all the way from North Carolina to Florida. Jacksonville, North Carolina to Jacksonville, Florida.
Give me this sword.
Obe, Ada.
Ada Ogun. Put it on the ground. Yeah. Alẹ́ tó débí. Òun ló dé.
Everyone kneel, please.
Ìlú àwa Yorùbá lọ́hùn.
So this heart here is the same heart that is also in Yoruba land.
Mojúbà Ògún alákayé.
I give honor and glory to Ogun.
Olómìnílé ó fi ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ̀. Ògún onílé kángun ọ̀nà ọ̀run. Mojúbà rẹ Ògún. Gbogbo nǹkan tán ṣe ń bí. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ.
I thank you for all the offerings of today.
pé mo wà níbí lénìí.
That I'm here today.
Mo fojú rí gbogbo ẹ̀. Mo fẹ́ kó lànà rere fún gbogbo àwọn tó wà níbí o.
That you open the way of glory for this village.
Gbogbo nǹkan tí àdá bá ti bẹ́ ó máa ń bẹ tán ni.
Whatever the cutlass cuts, it cuts it completely.
Mo fẹ́ kó la ọ̀nà rere fún gbogbo wọn ní Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́túnjí village.
Open the way of grace for Ọ̀yọ́túnjí village.
Ní ọdún tó ń bọ̀ kí n tó wá bí mo fẹ́ kí bí kó ti tóbi ju eléyìí lọ.
By next year when I'm coming here, this will be bigger than this.
Mo ń bá kábíyèsí sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan.
I was conversing with the Kabiyesi.
Mo ní tó bá ṣeé ṣe kán open account sí website wọn.
Said if it's at all possible that you have a part of your website where people can make donations.
Láti Africa.
From Africa.
Ní ìlú America.
Here in the US.
Ní gbogbo ibi ní àgbáyé.
And everywhere in the world.
Mo ń fẹ́ kí wọ́n máa rọ̀jò owó sí ìlú Ọ̀yọ́túnjí.
I want them to rain wealth, money onto Ọ̀yọ́túnjí's village.
Ògùn aláìka yóò gbọ́ o.
Hear me, Ogun.
Èmi ni ọmọ rẹ gbogbo nǹkan tí n bá ti sọ fún ẹ lẹ́nu kó gbọ́ o.
I am your son, and whatever I'm saying today, you should hear and seal it.
Má jẹ́ kó ojú tì mí o.
Do not let me be ashamed.
Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo sọ lẹ́ni ká rọ̀ kó rọ̀ mọ́ o.
All things I've said, let the seal be on it and let it come to pass.
Àṣẹ. Àṣẹ o. Àṣẹ o. Ògún yé o.
Ògún yé. Ògún yé, mọ́yé, àṣẹ o.
A small token of the appreciation from Avegbe Shongo, of Oyotunji, and the Yoruba Cultural Restoration Movement in North America. Ekuche.
Quite an interesting culture, don't you think?
Exactly. Wow, I love that.
Yeah,
I love
mean,
that.
Well, although they've lost a little bit of you know, that accent that is so African. You got to understand, they're living in America.
Exactly.
But what really stands out is, you know, they've stuck to their tradition, to their roots, and they're so secluded from everybody else, which is quite interesting. It's like they're living in their own little African country, part of America.
That is really nice, hey? And I believe as well that you guys learnt a lot from that. So, moving on, we're looking at the encounter with an African artist. Muki, I'm talking about Ricardo Agbo.
Where now you roll with the stars, and
More,
some of us behind.
I'm telling you, Ricardo Agbo. Let's see this.
I just don't understand. Why is it that you never agree with my brother even when you know he means well for you?
How can I ever agree with your brother? For somebody that wants me to deal on drugs, he doesn't mean well for me.
But there are other businesses you can manage for him and make good money.
Look, I don't want to have anything to do with his businesses. You know why? Because his businesses are funded by drug money.
You forget so soon.
That what?
That is that same drug money that's been feeding us, paying our rents, and paying the children's school fee for so long now. You're simply lazy and just content in working that miserable ministry of yours that had refused to pay for.
Can you please tell us, what are some of the difficulties that you face in the acting industry?
Today, I think largely capital flight. We've really not gotten enough sponsors to come in. And I think piracy is a major problem, like in Nigeria where I'm from. You have a lot of people pirate your jobs and they even stand right in your face and fight you over it. And they know this is your material and they're fighting you and there's nothing you can do. And I think that largely has not really encouraged people that would want to come and like put cash, investors. Because if your job gets pirated, you really don't make what you have put into it. And that really is not encouraging. But the minute we have the government really give us some kind of tough stance against the pirates, people will come in because they see a blueprint where their money can be recouped. Immediately it's put into it. Because entertainment, there's no business like showbiz. Truly.
Exactly.
Everybody, today there's recession globally. You need to watch a movie to serve as recreation. So you want to sit back home and watch something and laugh and learn. But you see, learning will be boring if it's just you reading. But in a movie, there is humor, there is thriller, there's tension, there's romance, all those things fused into one. It helps like pump your adrenaline and you're laughing. Laughter is therapeutic.
It's one of the best medicines.
It's therapeutic, yeah.
Exactly.
It helps relax your nerves and all that. And it's only entertainment that brings all this. So I think for me, I love the profession that I'm into. I will just employ that the government comes in, help us like hit on these pirates, then voila, all the investors will come running.
Exactly.
Because everybody wants. If you have maybe a fashion house and you got a Ricardo wearing your outfit, I have followers, not just in my country but globally. So they now see why Ricardo is wearing Quinty's couture, and they'll wonder, okay, I want to wear it because Ricardo is wearing it, or because this other actor is wearing it. So you see, that's the synergy would really help other businesses grow. Maybe the automobile, and if I'm maybe driving and I tell people I want to drive just Toyota, and every now and then I drive a Toyota vehicle, I have a fan that feels, okay, I want to be like this actor, and they want to drive that too. So you see, it has trickle effect, positive trickle effect on the society, all the facets. So if the government can really cash into this and help us fight what we are saying as the bane that are pirates, Shikina, everything gets right now. It isn't. Seriously, like I just told you, if the issue of piracy is taken care of, if it's tackled, and that you only need the government that can help you enforce it. Other than that, there's going to be chaos. You meeting somebody on the road and asking him, okay, this is mine, and you guys ensue into some kind of altercations, and you're feasting and all that. You become so lawless and look stupid. And you really can tell somebody could die in that process. But if that is taken away, there's too much money in entertainment. Like I just told you, other ways other businesses can make money if they could synergize with the industry. For me as an actor, I believe that you should try to be somebody that is trendy, know the styles, and create your own style. For so many people, they feel, okay, somebody's wearing this, I have to. No. That's why as an actor, you have to it's imperative that your physique meets the standard internationally. So you have to work out and try to look as good, as breathtaking as you can.
Mr. Ricardo, I'd like to know, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself becoming a global icon in entertainment, seriously. So I need to keep pushing and pushing, because for me, I'm just starting, because the world evolves every day. Every day. So there's always something new. And if you are not up to speed with what's new, and you can't, if you stop, then the world will just leave you by.
Yeah.
So you always have to. And as an actor, your imagination should be on its toes at all minutes.
My last question to you, Mr. Ricardo, are you on Facebook, on Twitter, on WhatsApp? On Facebook. Wow. Thank you very much, sir.
Look, no matter how much you nag at me, I would not have anything to do with that evil-minded brother of yours over my dead body.
You're already a dead man.
What?
Any man who cannot provide for his family is a dead man. What are you even good at? When was the last time you even made me feel like a woman?
How can I ever make you feel like a woman? Tell me, Harmony. You know you are a spoiled brat, and your nagging has made me lose any kind of desire to want to ever touch you.
That is not true. Yeah. It's because you're simply lazy and spineless.
You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm lazy. Go and call that stupid imbecile brother of yours.
had a super great time with Ricardo Obo. I'm
From the
telling
looks of it.
Yeah, hey. I mean, he was telling us more about the challenges that they have in the acting industry, because I know as well that most people want to get into the acting industry, you know. So it's important that you know some of the challenges that these guys meet every single day. But then he also spoke about piracy. Pirates. Hey, Orlando Pirates.
Yeah,
What do you think about that?
This one's a DVD robot. No, let's not get into our soccer. Let's not touch that.
Okay, all right. But then you had it, Orlando Pirates, guys. You know, you should always be Kaiser Chiefs.
Okay, enough about Kaiser Chiefs. On our next insert, we're looking at charity. It's a very, very, very close issue to many people, you know, as far as children are concerned. As you know, as far as children that are, you know, abused, as far as children that are at risk of whichever case this may be that are reported by the police or families. Well, they call themselves Rotherport Child Welfare South Africa, and they deal with abused children, and they try to find these children a home, a foster care home. And I think it's quite a good initiative, and that's why TCB was there to take a look at exactly what are the challenges and what are some of the things that we should be aware of. Enjoy this next segment.
Well, children are important to any society. Madiba loved them too, and we all love our children. And with many cases, as of 2012, stats saying that 750,000 is the number of orphans in just this one country. Those are startling and quite shocking stats. So what's your role? What are you doing to make sure that the kids of tomorrow have a future, and of course they pass on the baton to the next generation? We are out here at the Rotherport Child Welfare South Africa, and we are going to be catching up with the organization CEOs just to find out what their role is in helping change the society. Let's go find out.
We pray for our fathers, pray for our mothers, wishing our families well. We sing songs for the wishing of those who are kissing, but not for the missing. So this one's for all.
I got with me the CEO, the co-founder as well of the Rotherport Child Welfare. She's going to be telling us a little bit about some of the things that they do here just to help the community. Hi, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. Nice to be here. You've got a cozy space here as well.
Thank you. This is the place where we actually bring our children into. It's called like a playroom and a therapy room. That the times that the children have to wait before they're placed, they are then come to a normal environment that is made up for the children, so that they can just feel safe in the environment that they are, because it's obviously the children are removed from places of not being safe, so that we can actually place them. So while the social workers that are inside need to find a home for those children, we'd like to bring them out here so that they can continue being children, and then until we find them that home that they can go to that light basis.
Tell us a little bit about the child welfare itself and what you guys actually get up to.
We get up to saving children and sometimes we like to get up onto the jungle gym with them. However, if I can give you a little bit of background as to how everything is formed. We are an affiliate member of Child Welfare South Africa, who is the mother body. An affiliate member is the most independent part, where we have our own management, board of management, that has to ensure that the organization functions and runs and finances come through. As our organization we do have a service level agreement with the Department of Social Development, and we work hand in hand with the Department of Social Development to save these children. Now, children are usually between, according to the Children's Act, a child is a child up until the age of 21. So our children range from newly born up to 21, and that's what we look after, is the children that are serviced in this organization. What happens here is, usually I always tell people, it's so easy to say, I'm going to help a child. All right, we love to help children because obviously that's where our heart lies, is in the future of the organization.
What are some of the main causes that lead to these kids having to, knock at your door, families, or even police having to report these cases to you guys?
You know, that's right. It is a lot of orphans, but like you said, reported orphans. And then also the statistics is up to 1.5 million children reported to be adoptable in South Africa. We have, some of our cases, our main situation is obviously orphanhood due to the HIV/AIDS pandemic that is in the country, and I think in the world as well. It's not only in our country. That is one of the main causes. The other one that is sad but true is child rape, molestation, those ugly things that nobody wants to believe happens in the world, but yes, they do. Abandonment, sometimes there are moms that, give birth to these children and they leave them in the field or in the dustbin, or they find them in toilets, public toilets. Those are the children, those babies that come through to us, and those are the children that we then have to make sure and place them in a safe environment. Our other lovely cases, which is the teenagers. Teenagers are difficult little beings. They're all big, according to them, and little according to us. But teenagers, what we find our biggest problem there is drugs and alcohol abuse, and then again also sexual abuse, etc. So those cases all come through to us as soon as that child is being removed from their places.
Some of the sponsors that you're working with, or possible funders of this organization, would you want to share a little bit on that?
I really don't mind sharing anything about that because I have wonderful sponsors. I have, for example, Radio Junto, who has been fantastic with supporting me all the way. Lucas Malloy is one of our avid Twitter followers, and he loves to retweet my tweets. Melanie also loves to favorite and post us wherever she goes. So that's one of my most favorite sponsors right now because they give us the publicity. And then further to that is what we've launched last year is the Women of Substance. Women of Substance has been amazing. We've got ambassadors that have been dedicated to actually give their time, raise funds for us, and out there, just putting the word out there to make sure that people know that there is something like Child Welfare South Africa, Roodepoort. Last year, we were awarded very proudly the gold winner of the community development side on Rocky, which is the Roodepoort Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And that also spun out like there is no tomorrow. I've had wonderful people. We've had Vega Instruments that has sponsored us a vehicle together with Honda Westrand. They have been amazing. They also arranged a golf day for us and got some funds from there. There is iTech that also arranged a charity golf day for us, and that was also amazing to have these people understand what we are about. All the furniture that you see, the computers and the equipment that you see that the social workers work with, when I found them about 3 years ago, they had nothing. They sat on broken chairs. So I went to Nedbank. And when Nedbank went green, I just approached them and said to them, listen, now that you're going green, would you mind us going blue? Because then we could take over all of the stuff you're going to throw out. And they have also just been so amazing to sponsor us all that old furniture.
Definitely. But for those who want to participate, how do they get hold of Roodepoort Child Welfare?
They are more than welcome to contact our offices. Our offices is at 45 Du Toit Street, Discovery, Roodepoort. Our telephone numbers is 011 271 8700. We should be going live soon on our website, and that I will disclose as we are live, because otherwise everybody's going to go there and say, oh, why do you speak Spanish? On the website, because I've got to get the content done. But other than that, they are also more than welcome to get in touch with Melanie at Radio Junto, that will put them in touch with us, or go through the Women of Substance ambassadors as well, to see how they can get involved and what they can do.
We pray for our fathers, pray for our mothers, wishing our families well. We sing songs for the wishing of those who are kissing, but not for the missing. So this one's for all.
We are still at the Child Welfare South Africa Rodoport, and we're going to be catching up with the office manager here. His name is Selvin Mbote. He's going to be telling us a little bit about his day-to-day work and what inspired him to be a volunteer here in this organization. Hi, how are you doing? Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice having you around. Please tell us just a little bit, Selvin, what your role is in this organization, in the Child Welfare South Africa Rodoport.
Okay, currently I'm a office manager of the organization. My duty is based on overseeing the organization. We have two sections in the organization. We have the statutory work and the community work. And I'm there to coordinate the work of those two sections, and to try to implement all the policies of the organization.
How have you found this experience, working with children and being in this organization?
Yeah, the work is very challenging, because challenging and emotional, because sometimes we are finding ourselves with very difficult cases, but as a social worker and office manager, I'm very happy if I can influence positively the life of a child. If I can see a positive change in the life of the child, that is motivating me too much.
Tell us a little bit about, what it really takes to run this organization. You're always here at the office, dealing with these cases. And from there on, let's take a look as well at the statutory side of running this organization.
The statutory side is based on the child protection, because as an organization, we are trying to take care of the child who is in need of care. And that one is including the vulnerable children, the orphan children, the children with behavioral problems, and any child who can be who can be in a difficult situation with the parents, that we are trying to help in the organization.
Working with families, working with police, challenges within policies themselves that you've seen. Have you seen a lag or a gap as far as our policies are concerned in South Africa, as far as child protection issues are concerned?
I can say that in the field of child protection, we've got many stakeholders. There is the police, the teachers, the hospital, but everyone is trying to come to help us if we contact them that we've got a case with a child somewhere and so forth. They are coming to help us.
Yeah, it was quite an awesome experience learning about some of the challenges that these guys deal with. Children are important and a vital part of the society.
Exactly, Muki. I mean, we had the lady as well saying that they found kids in dustbins. Who does that? Like, seriously, ladies, please. Okay?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just one of those issues that I think, for me, I want to get involved even more. I don't know about you, and I don't know about you out there, but you can contact them, and you can report such cases of abuse and violence. Play your part in the community, right? How's about that?
Exactly. And from that, it is important that we get motivation. That is a quickie with Dr. Lucas. We'll be right back.
Good morning, this is Lucas Muloy again, and welcome to Quickie with the Champ right here on TCB. Yeah, this is another day again, another morning where we want to help you to go and focus, where we want to help you to be inspired, to go out there and face the world with a winning spirit, to go and face the world with understanding of what you want to achieve as a person and you want to have in life. Yeah, today's topic, what we are talking about having a vision. you know, we see it a lot of times, and then as people, we have got all the sort of things that we want to achieve, and but we don't understand really, because we haven't put our vision out there. We haven't been able to visualize, to see ourselves in the future, and that becomes a little bit of a problem. Now, that's what I want us to talk about this morning. I want us to talk about vision. The importance of vision is that, you know, there is a scripture that says that my people die because of lack of vision. Now, when people don't have vision, when people don't see themselves in the tomorrow, when people don't see themselves in the future, it becomes very difficult for them to achieve anything, because they cannot put that thing forward. They cannot put that thing forth. They cannot see this thing in the tomorrow. They cannot see this thing in the after today. They cannot be able to go beyond yesterday, because there is no vision. When people don't have a vision, they hang on to things of yesterday. When people don't have vision, they hang on to the head, to the failures of yesterday, because they cannot see themselves in the tomorrow, because they have not built that tomorrow in their minds. They have not built that tomorrow in their foresight. They don't see this. They haven't make provision to be able to go beyond today, to be able to go beyond the boundaries of time that we have today. That's what I want us to talk about today. And I want to say to you, until the day that you understand that yesterday was yesterday, and build a vision that is for tomorrow, be able to look, focus your eyes, look into your future, see that future that is in front of you. The minute you do that, the minute that vision is there, then you start achieving it, because it is the picture that is standing in your white wall. Every single morning when you wake up, when you lift your eyes up and you look onto that wall, all that you see is this big picture of the vision, this big picture of what you want to achieve, this big picture of your dream, this big picture of your plans of tomorrow, and then you can achieve it. But if you are unable to see it, then it becomes a problem. If you are unable to see it, then you cannot achieve it, because you have to see it in order to do that. I remember the great words of Dr. Pullman, that, you know, he said once that if you can dream it, you can have it, but if you can see it, then it is yours. Now, vision is exactly like that. You see, vision is after you have a dream of having this thing, and you have this dream in front of you, and it's sitting somewhere in the sky, and you lift up your eyes and you can see this vision, and you keep focused to this vision. You don't worry about what goes wrong around you and that, because this is sitting there, it's looking at you, you are focused at it. Whenever you walk, you're walking towards this vision. Now, you'd realize as well, when I sit, and the minute I turn my head away from you and that vision is gone. The minute I turn my head away from you and that message pauses, and that is exactly what happens. Exactly, that message completely paused because I took my eyes off you. But when I look at you and I'm speaking to you, the message gets to you. The message goes to your mind. The message goes to your heart, because you know that it is meant for you. Now, if you don't do that with your vision and that, you would never realize, you would never know that this vision is meant for you, because you are not looking at this vision, because you are not focused at this vision. And when you are not focused at this vision, anything can come in and disturb you. Fear will come and paralyze you. You will lose focus. You will concentrate on other things. Distractions will come and take your attention away and move your attention away. You will look far away from this because your vision is not there. You would remember when the Israelites were going out of Egypt, and that when they found themselves in the wilderness, and that there was a time where they were given snakes to bite them, and a snake was built that was sitting there, and he said, whoever that is bitten by the snake should look at this snake that is sitting there, a snake that is put them, and then healing shall come to them. And the problem is that people never focused at the snake. People were failing to focus because people fail to put vision in front of them and focus at that vision and achieve their goals, achieve what they want to achieve sitting in front of them. And I say to you today, go out there, build your vision, never lose focus from this vision, continue looking at it, continue focusing at this vision, because this is the picture of where you want to be. This is a picture of what you want to achieve. This is a picture of who you want to be. And when that vision is there, a whole lot can be achieved. This is the champ Lucas Molloy, and if you want to follow me on Twitter, my name is Lucas Molloy. On Facebook, I am Lucas Molloy Caesar. The email is info@lucasmolloy.co.za. Let us engage, let us talk. If you want to catch any of my books and that, you can go to any near exclusive books to you and purchase the book right there. What we have at the moment here is our book, The Everyday Battlefield, and this is the book that you can go and get yourself going with it, get yourself inspired with it, because it is the book that tells us how to win those everyday battles that we meet on our daily lives. I say go out there, build your vision for today and achieve it. Thank you.
Thank you so much to Dr. Lucas Molloy for that motivation. I mean, we needed that, hey?
Yeah, it's quite important that you get your foresight on par, because you need to focus. You need to get that post-future type of vision type of thing. You know what I mean? But anyway, on that note, we have to wrap up the show. It's been awesome. It's been quite hey, I really did enjoy my time. How about you?
Oh gosh, I had a super great time. I don't feel like leaving though.
Well, we have to, but if you feel like you want to get hold of us, quickly check us on facebook.com/The Capital Breakfast Show, or you can simply email us.
Yeah, that is tcb@junto.co.za. It is tcb@junto.co.za, or on Twitter, that is tcb262.
Yep, and that's how we wrap up the show today. Hope you are re-energized and you're ready to hit the, whatever it is, the gym, work, school. That's just about it. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow as well. Cheers.
Bye, guys.